All right, guys, once again, I am your host, Tom Downey, rocking a Kashiyama suit. We'll get back to more mailbag later on. But for right now, let's hand out some grades, a.k.a. let's shit on Jason Garrett. Because let's be real, he's earned it. It has not been very good. So we'll go through offense, defense, all kinds of stuff here. We'll begin on the offensive side of the ball. Now, they did get going in the fourth quarter. But I'm not in a great mood, so I'm going to be mean. I give them a D. The offense was bad. There are still some nice play calls mixed in. I feel like we've abandoned the RPOs and we've abandoned the whole, let's run the football on third and short. Let's spread the defense out. Instead, we're running it on 2nd and 10, and the motions have left. I just don't understand it. 22 points against a Jets team that you should score more than 22 points on. Like, I have no doubts that this team should have put up more than just 22 offensive points. Now, they did get going later on in the third and the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to enough for the Dallas Cowboys. They have to be better. Yeah, the third downs are great, but this is a Jets team. Let me just run you through the points they've allowed this year. All right, 17 against the Bills. That's okay. They gave up 23 to the Browns, 30 to the Patriots, and 31 to the Eagles. This team allows 23 points per game and above. Cowboys failed to reach that. So let me know in the comments section, overall here, both offense, defense, special teams, whatever it is, who do you blame the most? Let me know in the comments section. For me, and we'll dive into it, it's Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett deserves the bulk of this blame. When the players change, the quarterbacks changed, everything about this Cowboys team has changed in the nearly 10 years that Garrett has been the head coach. And the end results haven't changed. At that point, it's the head coach. And at that point, he needs to be fired. I see some F's for the offense. I'm not going to argue too much there. I'm not going to argue too much about that one. All right, defensive now. The New York Jets, and I know Sam Darnold was hurt, had not scored more than 16 points this year. They scored 24 in their first win of the year against the Dallas Cowboys. Defense gets a D, not an F because they did get some stops later on in the game. If you want to give them an F, I'm not going to complain that much either. Under 400 yards, and you look at the numbers and you're like, well, only 24 points, 338 through the air, that's bad, but only 56 on the ground. The run defense was better. They had a takeaway. In the end, defense wasn't good enough. That's a problem for me. Defense, if you want to give them an F like I see Bob doing in there, Torrey doing, it's fine, I get it. I'll give them a D because there's some reason to have some hope there, but that was not a good showing at all by the offense or defense. All right, special teams. Now, this one, I'll give him a C. Mostly because I will give Brett Maher credit. He made a 62-yarder. He made a 50-yarder. He was 3 of 4 on field goals. The problem was he missed that fourth one. Now, Jason Garrett, the analytics say, the numbers back it up, and we saw it live, you should not have gone for the field goal there. That was a 4-down territory situation. Best case scenario, it turns a 2-score game into a 2-score game. It wouldn't have actually done that much for you. So up until then, Maher had been the best player. He was going to get an A, and then that killer miss gives him a C. So do you guys still want Brett Maher cut? I see a lot of you guys in the comment section saying yes. I am on board with that. Here's my point, though, with Brett Maher. Maher is not the cause of the Cowboys' issues. He is a symptom. Because the Dallas Cowboys have botched this. The Cowboys had no reason with the way the year ended when Maher had regressed to say, we trust him completely. Why bring in anything more than Casey Redfern? Why not sign a UDFA to actually compete with Brett Maher? They never did it. Entering this week, when Maher sucked last week, they did not bring him in. And instead this week, they roll again with Maher with little to no competition. It doesn't make sense. So I'm down with cutting Brett Maher to help, address a symptom of the fundamental root cause right now that I think is plaguing the Dallas Cowboys. It feels like they are settling. They are settling for Garrett as their head coach. They're settling for mediocre play calls on offense at times, settling for a bend but don't break defense, and settling for an average kicker. That's my biggest problem right now with the Dallas Cowboys. You also don't need to settle for an average suit from one of the major chains. Instead, go get one from Kashiyama. Check them out, Kashiyama1927.com. It's Kashiyama1927.com. Find your perfect fit. It's a custom-fitted suit at prices that start the same as the other major chains out there. It's Kashiyama1927.com. I know it's not a mailbag. No, do not go sign Antonio Brown, Dog Pound, and Niels. No, absolutely not. Back to the grades here. Jason Garrett, guess what he gets? It's an F for fuck Jason Garrett. I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. We've seen the same damn shit for years now. We can claim it's reactionary to fire Jason Garrett. Here's the thing. It's not. We've seen it for years now. Reactionary was firing him after year 3. Instead, the Cowboys have dropped 3 straight games, and the symptoms have been the same in each of them. They start out very, very slow. Are they unprepared? Are they not fired up? I don't know. I don't know how, after 3 straight bad losses, it can be more of the same. It's the same problems. And it's multiple. The offense starts slow. The defense can't get going. They can't get a stop early on in the game. There are bad play calls, bad coaching situations from Jason Garrett. At this point, I'm tired of it. I don't care about these issues. I don't care that the offensive tackles were out. Garrett, for 3 straight games now, has been outcoached against, frankly, not great coaches. Of course, Peyton's elite. You're not going to get him, by the way. But Matt LaFleur, he's average. Adam Gase got fired by Miami. Time to fire him. So let me know in the comments section. What are you doing? Type KG if you're keeping Garrett. I will be surprised if we see many of those. It's fine, though, if you want to keep Garrett. If you want to keep him through the bye, okay, sure, then fire him after the bye. But at this point, what's the upside? The upside is that Garrett continues to be the same, and that they rally at the end of the year, and it's just like last season where they're good, but they're not good enough because they're held back by conservative, cowardly coaching in the games, and Garrett is a Garrett coach. It's a Cowboys coach, Jason Garrett team. We've seen it almost 10 years now. It's not going to change at this point. So with that in mind, like the video if you guys want Jason Garrett fired now. This will be on the show every week until the Cowboys actually do fire Jason Garrett. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it happens. We know that Jerry Jones loves Garrett. But Jerry Jones thought for sure the Cowboys were going to win this game, as did I. They did not. At that point, blame goes to Jason Garrett. All right, let's talk about Dak Prescott here. I've seen some comments, throwing blame for Dak Prescott. I give him a B-. I don't know what we want from Dak Prescott beyond being an Aaron Rodgers, being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. That's not Dak. But Dak was not bad in this game. Completed 70% of his passes, got hit a ton in this game, by the way. Completed almost 7 yards per attempt, which, by the way, is better than Carson Wentz has had all year long. Dak is good. This is not Dak's fault. Now, if you want more from Dak Prescott, if you're looking for a Patrick Mahomes-type quarterback, I understand that. But Dak Prescott is not the problem with this team. Frankly, the list of coaches, players to blame before Dak Prescott is very long. I mean, he damn near led him back to another comeback. It is not Dak's fault. Dak Prescott completes 70% of his passes with multiple drops, by the way. Were they all perfectly placed balls? No. But I'll keep hammering this point home. If you expect your quarterback to complete 70% of his passes, or complete 100% of his passes, you're going to be disappointed. Because that's not how the NFL works. Every player misses passes. Yes, I think Dak Prescott can be better. That's why I gave him a B-, not an A. Let me know what you guys grade him. Dak does need to be better, but the offensive line failed him. His receivers dropped way too many passes. He had a touchdown negated by, frankly, a bullshit pass interference penalty. Do I want to pay Dak Prescott $40 million? Hell no. Absolutely not. But guess what? This is what the going rate is for quarterbacks. Look at Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. Are they playing that well this year? No. I give Dak a B, a B-. I see some B+, some C+. If we want to be in the BC range, that's fine. But if you give him anything worse than that, I just don't know what game we're watching. Or better yet, what our expectations are. Because at that point, feels like we're just having too high of ones. Of course, if you're giving Fs for everybody because you're angry, that's okay. I understand that one as well. All right, the secondary. Yeesh. D+. The saving grace in this one was Jourdan Lewis, who we will get into in a little bit. But the secondary, bad. Sam Darnold back from his mono, 23 of 32, 338, 92 of which came on one play. 2 touchdowns and the interception there. Look, Robbie Anderson went for 5 for 125 and a score. Jamison Crowder, 6 for 98. The corpse of Demaryius Thomas, 4 for 62. It's bad. Chris Richard is a secondary-minded coach. They did not show up. It's bad. All right, Zeke Elliott, who they fed him. I'm giving him a C. Now, yes, part of this is on the offensive line, but Zeke averaged less than 4 yards per carry. That's not great. His long was 13. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the bulk of the blame lies, but the Cowboys no longer have explosive plays in the ground game. They just don't exist anymore. You gave them the ball 28 times. You stayed balanced in this game. You can't blame him for not feeding Zeke. But 3.8 yards per carry. He was much better in the passing game, by the way. But I'm not paying Zeke, to catch 5 passes for 42 yards. That's a nice bonus right there. But Zeke has to do more on the ground game. Now, this no doubt is also partially an offensive line grade. But I've been pretty disappointed so far by Zeke Elliott's season. It's not been bad, but the expectations for Zeke, who we all think is the best back in the NFL, are certainly higher than, say, Tony Pollard, for example. Today's show brought to you by Kashiyama. Get your own custom-fitted suit at Kashiyama1927.com. By the way, if you come on the show, or if you get fitted for a Kashiyama suit, we'll bring you on the show. Kashiyama1927.com. Go check them out. They're here in Dallas. We'll bring you on the show, and we can all yell at Jason Garrett together. All right, Michael Gallup. Amari Cooper's out. Gallup steps up to the number 1 receiver, and he did not do it. I give him a D. Now, there was one pass that was probably high. That's a tough one to bring down. But he had multiple drops in this game. Targeted 7 times, only caught 4 of them for 48 yards. That's not good enough. Like, the New York Jets are desperate for cornerback help. Tremaine Johnson got benched this year. And they shut down. Now, I know that the offensive line issues were a factor in that. And you missed Amari Cooper. But this was not a good showing by Michael Gallup. I was very disappointed by him. I still believe in him. Don't get me wrong on that. I still believe that Michael Gallup is going to be a great number 2 receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. But he did not fare well at all. All right, guys, make sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube. We got almost 1,300 watching live right now. We know a good 2/3 of you watch the show but aren't subscribed. Look, we're going to keep you covered on all things Cowboys. I promise you that. Heck, maybe stay tuned for next couple days, a Jason Garrett replacements list. I think we all want that right now. It's youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Links right there. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, just hit the big red button. Appreciate it. And, of course, appreciate all the super chats as well. Last grade here. Let's try and end on a positive note because I need this personally. That's Jourdan Lewis. I give him an A in this one. Free Jourdan, baby. It ain't that hard, Chris Richard. He's your best playmaker at cornerback. Get him on the field. It is, at this point, coaching negligence that Chris Richard is not playing Jourdan Lewis. I blame him. He is in charge of the secondary. Jourdan Lewis, he gets an A. Most of the teams suck today. I will not mince words on that. Jourdan Lewis, though, did not suck. He did give up a couple of catches, but a key pass breakup. Interception that almost changed the game. This is why you play Jourdan Lewis. So with that in mind, let me see it in the comments. Can I get a free Jourdan? If the Cowboys do not start Jourdan Lewis going forward, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how much more clear it can be made on the field. Jourdan Lewis is worthy of starting at cornerback. I don't care if it's the nickel. I don't care if it's the outside. He deserves to be out there on the field more than a handful of snaps per game. He didn't play last week. Now he comes on and he makes one of the few interceptions. It's not that hard. Absolutely half to free Jourdan? Spam it for me in the comments section. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.